Okay, so we're aware of Arthur C. Clarke's three laws, and any technology sufficiently advanced is indistinguishable from magic. But luck is only granted to those who are prepared. And I'm just thinking about how like there's certain books that I'd like to read that I would actually like prefer to read them on a paperback or in a novel that is a hardcover. Um, and I'm just trying to remember things as I go along, and just trying to like project my voice outwards a little bit more instead of being so like inside myself all the time. And I like being inside myself. I feel more lucid. I feel more lucid than I've been because of a post that I commented on yesterday over at a forum on a group that's kind of like the pub, but it's actually from Schumery, and it just reminded me of this one point in the big trip that I took, where the reason that it was a big trip was that after I flipped out, had an ego death, kept the genie in the bottle, in the lamp, didn't rub the lamp, spent some time in a mind fold, and I was kind of given the choice, and I kind of got a binding spell put on it, and the whole idea was that he would have taken it back, and the spell that he bound me to was that I was going to act as a mirror to rewind the entire trip. The mirror, you might come to the point where you start to practice Wicca a little bit, and one of the tips is to actually visualize a mirror, and it's good for shooting a spell back at someone. If anyone puts a spell on you or a curse, you visualize a mirror, and whatever they put on you, it bounces back to them. Well, this was my first introduction to that pretty much through instead of actually like using that technique, I accepted it and was going to mirror back in my mind's eye the entire trip. But the thing is that technique is usually only good for trips consisting of different substances other than LSD, just because of the sheer velocity of thought that comes about during an LSD trip. It's been more than 7 years, I know that much, and I haven't completely rewound all the way through. I get little pieces, bits of trip details here and there, and so the whole meditation came about yesterday when I described to someone my opinion about just what constitutes a bad trip, and kind of got into the details a little bit about just my own experience with something that could have been a bad trip, but that you pulled out, and from an outside perspective, it was actually a very worthy and fruitful voyage. And the song by The Doors, "Crystal Ship," comes to mind. I'll play a little bit of it. And I'm actually in a sync right now for Jim Morrison in that scene in the Doors, the movie, when he's given the telephone by artist who says this is a telephone to God, and he just gives it to a homeless person. I think the telephone is golden, and you know, he like holds it up. He like holds it up in the air, you know, kind of. So I think the whole point of it is that he just doesn't. He just doesn't. His trip is the white light trip. It's Christ, it's Krishna, it's Buddha. It's the one returning to the one. It's the all. It's the vibration. It's the vibration you feel within your core right before you enter into hyperspace. Still in the